Hey everyone, Dane here, New Ability, Adaptive Exercise and Rehab, coming back to you with another video on the Concept2 SkiErg and why we believe it is the best piece of cardio equipment for individuals with paralysis and individuals who are wheelchair bound, and is thoughtfully designed for inclusion for all. So cardiovascular fitness is massively important for everybody, but in particular for wheelchair users, not just for heart health, but also for improving endurance, offsetting secondary health complications, the kind of perfusion of blood flow as well too. And individually, it's also something that is somewhat challenging to be able to get in different modes that aren't just pushing a wheelchair for wheelchair users. And the reality behind most cardio pieces of equipment is they aren't designed for a wheelchair user in mind. That's where this Concept2 SkiErg is, in our opinion, completely different, because it does have a universal design where individuals who are able-bodied can use it as kind of that Nordic skiing track, and individuals who are wheelchair-bound can use it as a great pulling and kind of posterior chain exercise. That's really unheard of for folks with who are wheelchair-bound. So this is going to go into a video of why we believe it's the best for wheelchair users. So one of the most powerful points and design features of the Concept2 SkiErg is its universal design. It means that everybody can use it and everybody can benefit from it. It's thoughtfully designed, being able to have pulling exercises, so being able to use the lats, rhomboids, triceps, shoulder muscles, muscles that seemingly most folks have, especially wheelchair users who are low-level quadriplegics and also paraplegics as well too. We've seen it used for particularly manual wheelchair users, but also power wheelchair users, individuals who are blind, and then individuals who have some level of kind of standing ability and may not be able to gait. But it's useful for everybody. It's a great balance exercise for the folks who are able to stand. It's a great cardiovascular exercise for anybody who's a manual wheelchair user, and it's accessible for power wheelchair users too. One of the best parts about the SkiErg is the different ways that you can kind of mount it to a wall or use it to attach it to a base. So you have options on their website for a narrow base or a wide base. The wide base is the one that you're seeing around my shoulder right here. That's going to be able to accommodate for wheelchair users for manual and power wheelchairs. It also is mobile too, so it can be leaned back, pushed on the wheels, and then moved to and from different locations. And there's also a wall mount that has it's a really small footprint, and can really be mounted to essentially any wall. We finally got one mounted in our gym, and it's super accessible for our clients just to be able to roll up to, get a great workout. It also has clips on either side of the machine to be able to keep the handles in position for wheelchair users so they don't have to try to reach up and grab the green handles at the top. The best part about the stations that you can put it at is it doesn't require a transfer. So that makes exercise and cardiovascular exercise in particular really accessible for wheelchair users. It's just mitigating that last transfer and then keeping people safe within their kind of basis of mobility and their mode of transport in some places that they're most comfortable in. So being able to keep them there is incredibly effective. So in terms of why it's effective, just the muscle activation that happens, as just being able to lift your arms up over your head is going to require some level of deltoid, anterior, and a little bit of medial deltoid activity. But from there, you're able to basically pull like you're tracking ski poles through the snow and doing cross-country skiing or downhill skiing to some capacity too. And that's where you're using your latissimus dorsi, your lats, you're using your rhomboids, using your posterior delts, using your triceps. So all muscles on the posterior chain. And why that's super important is for wheelchair users who are using manual wheelchairs, they're pushing their chair all day. So they're really good at being able to get those kind of chest, front deltoid muscles really coming into play. Pulling exercises are incredibly important because it's going to be able to get the reciprocal muscles more active and kind of help with more postural support. Another cool thing about the SkiErg too is depending on where you're positioning it in your chair for wheelchair users, if you position yourself a little bit forward in your chair, you're actually able to get a little bit of core engagement. Lean forward with the motion as you're pulling down, leaning back as you're lifting your arms up. and that's able to work a little bit of trunk activation, which is really incredible. Also, another huge part of being the muscles that are being used within this machine or for this motion is there's some of the largest muscles that are active that are fast twitch muscles for wheelchair users. Again, being able to get that cardiac output incredibly high, improve VO2 max also because you're able to really push yourself. And that's, again, one of the best parts of the machine. So for individuals with spinal cord injuries, multiple sclerosis, cerebral palsy, autoimmune disorders, potentially even strokes too, even though they may be one-side effective, the SkiErg improves cardiovascular fitness, improves endurance, reduces the risk of secondary complications, incredibly convenient for the home and for commercial gyms, great for interval training, as it has a great drag factor that can be increased and decreased and kind of meet you where you're at. And it's also really affordable too. I believe they're about $900 to maybe $1,200 depending on the base that you're getting. But they knock a lot of these barriers down for individuals to be able to exercise for themselves, by themselves. And again, once the person's set up, if they're a quadriplegic and they don't have hand function, being able to use active hands or some type of gripping aid really allows them to be entirely independent on this machine, which is really unheard of for most cardiovascular pieces of equipment that can perform to this capacity. We really like to use this machine in our circuit courses here at New Ability. Since we've just got a donation from Concept2 for more of these Concept2 SkiErgs, we've been able to put people in races. In addition to being able to set 10 world records in here and constantly allow people to be able to challenge themselves by trying to beat themselves from the last session. So we keep a marker, or a board of all of the individuals' times for 100 meters, 300 meters, 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then basically have them try to compete with themselves from yesterday so that they can feel like they're making progress within these movements. And the reality behind the machine too is, we really want to see these machines be more, in more gyms moving forward. For all reasons, again, they are incredibly important for cardiovascular health, for anybody using it. They're a great way to be able to meet the person where they're at with the intensity that they want. With the drag factor, you can drop that down all the way down to 1 and have a really easy exercise. It's just going to be a nice, smooth, cardiovascular, good breathing kind of motion. You can increase it to 5, where you're starting to kind of increase your intensity, or you can bring it all the way up to 10 or anywhere in between and really work hard at exercise and really try to push yourself, get your heart rate up as high as you can. We have a few clients that are able to get their heart rates well above average, probably closer to the 150s to the 180s. I've seen one client get up to 200, and his heart is okay, I have checked. But yeah, it's a fantastic piece of equipment to really meet the person where they're at based off the intensity that they want to go for and do interval training or steady state cardio. So if you're looking for a piece of cardio equipment that's effective, inclusive, adaptable, and kind of budget friendly too, and a low profile, the Concept2 SkiErg, in my opinion, is the best of the best. They have a fantastic product, and I think it's meticulously designed. If you found this video helpful, please let me know. Please leave a comment. Feel free to subscribing, or go ahead and like the video too. We're going to be putting out more of these videos in the future, just reviewing pieces of exercise equipment for wheelchair users and how more facilities can benefit with the universal design. But thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.